Good evening, everyone. Anthony Wall Street Trader, 6:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on January 14, 2023. We're here to talk about Algorand. This is not financial advice. This is educational. Click the subscribe and the bell. Share the video. Click the thumbs up. Twitter link below on the right. You might not be able to see it, but I'm on Twitter. I do intraday updates. Wall Street TRA 12. That's Wall Street TRA 12, and that's my handle there. Before we get into it, if you have any cryptos or stocks you want covered on the next video, make sure you're in YouTube. Go into the comments section, add in there what you want covered, and I'll do my best to get to them. In the meantime, let's go into the background on Algorand. So basically, these guys are a crypto, massively adopted and getting more and more adopted as time goes on in the journey through the evolution of blockchain. So a couple of things. It acts like Ethereum, but it isn't Ethereum. It's not Bitcoin either. It doesn't do proof of work. It does proof of stake, and it does true proof of stake. So as it is not Ethereum and blockchain, it operates on its own blockchain, which is called Layer 1. They also have Layer 2 as well, and it's primarily known as a Layer 2 solution. It resolves the blockchain trilemma. Now, Bitcoin and Ethereum cannot get it right when it comes to security, scalability, and decentralization. What does that mean? Well, a whole bunch of things. Number one, it is much more efficient than Ethereum, which gives it that scalability. It can do more. It also, as a result of that, has much faster transaction speeds, no more than 4.5 seconds long per transaction. Plus, they don't even have any concept of gas fees, so it's a lot cheaper to use, and there's almost no congestion on the network, which is why you see much faster transaction speeds. A lot of stuff is done off chain as well, so it keeps the network clear and much more efficient. It's also a growing over time. It's been growing in terms of adoption. It started later than Ethereum, so it's not quite where Ethereum is. It's actually nowhere near it, but you're starting to see lots and lots of projects being put on it. It's carbon negative. It's the first carbon negative blockchain introduced, and it is frequently referred to as the Ethereum killer. Why? Because it has all the nice green aspects related to it. It's cheaper to use, and if you think about it, it's faster. Faster transactions mean you could put more powerful applications that sit on top of Algorand as its backbone. Now, other notables, just so if anyone's missed or has been keeping their head in the sand, as cryptos took a complete dump in 2022, lots of things have happened. FIFA, football. Well, they call it football here in the States. We typically call it soccer, but we're getting used to football. But anyway, FIFA, the organization that surrounds the football leagues, announced that Algorand will become the official blockchain for their platforms that they use. In addition, El Salvador, El Salvador, the volcano powered Bitcoin that they have been building for years. They've recently partnered with one other company to help build El Salvador's blockchain infrastructure using Algorand. Italy, which, my heritage, Italy, the Italians, the Bank of Italy, a lot of other insurance folks over there have basically selected Algorand blockchain to enable digital guarantees or sureties that will help the banking and insurance markets in Italy. So, governments are getting involved, big sports organizations are getting involved, other countries like El Salvador are using them. So, look, this is definitely not a small player when it comes to layer one types of technology. So, this particular crypto pair is one of the big contenders. In fact, if we go into over to Coin Market Cap, for example, it's a $1.6 billion franchise. Now, Algorand does have some dilution ahead. We will see more getting dumped in the market, diluting the value of the algos, but that doesn't really matter because we're already 72% of the way there. I think it shouldn't hit the price of algo too much, but it's as long as they're not dumping it all in one shot, which they're not. I think that's key. Now, a couple of other notable points with Algorand is this. This is their ecosystem. As you can see right on their website, ecosystem.algorand.com, they have plenty of different categories, so many, many verticals and industries that leverage this platform across everything from, government, public sector to entertainment, environmental, education, games, metaverse, music, you name it, they're doing it. And there's lots and lots to go through here. And honestly, we don't have that time, but I went through a few of them. Now, they're not exactly the biggest names that you'd ever see, but people are adopting. All you need is a few of these things to get big, and where Algorand goes. So a lot of them are building these platforms on top of Algorand. Let's go into the markets before we get into it. Let's just run through a couple of things that I look at. If you're new to this video, to my videos here, you'll probably see this for the first time. If you've seen the other ones, you have seen them multiple times ad nauseum. So Algorand is a couple of things. Number one, I'm in the US, so I trade Algorand in US dollars. So Algo USD is equal to the inner strength of Algo, which is Algo to Bitcoin, multiplied by Bitcoin itself. What does that mean? Well, look, if I can't understand where Algo US dollar is going, then I have to look at a couple of other clues. Now, what I do know mathematically, this is the representation below of the above. And the inner strength is really Algorand relative to Bitcoin. The other one, which I call the benchmark, is Bitcoin. This is the bellwether of cryptos. So just, understand this equation. And in fact, this works with any kind of crypto or altcoin that you're looking at. Just replace algo with your crypto in every area within this formula. So anyway, let's go into it. We'll look at Algo USD, and then we'll head into Algo Bitcoin and Bitcoin itself. Let's go straight into Algo USD. We certainly have come to a turnaround over in late December. Felt like that might be the absolute low for Algorand, and it has been pulling up. I'm going to zoom in because I know nobody can see that, especially if you're on your phones. As you can see, we were on this channel starting back in December 29th or so. As you can see, this channel has been a rising channel, certainly looking good. And it's been a long time since we've had a rising phase, except for maybe over here back in October, probably because of some of the news that came out with Algo. But in the meantime, looking at a shorter term view, looks like we broke the channel. Now this area here is support. And that's what we like to see. We like to see it break a channel and then stay above the channel. We're just above the channel at 2286. Let's see where this bad boy goes. I'll zoom out a little more. We do have resistance ahead. Now, if we go to the 1 year here, we see two coalescing lines of resistance. They're in red. This one here started way back here. Hit it once, hit it twice, hit it again, but please break out of it, break above it if you can. So this is it's going to be a little hard if we can shoot straight up. I mean, we could hit 27, 28 cents handily, but the question is, can we go above that even further? And if we do, we probably have a little bit of resistance ahead there as well. Probably right up here, 47 cents or so. Look, I'm thinking about, slightly longer term, but the way this vertical line goes, it could happen in 3 weeks. But right now, let's get past this point right here at 28 cents, and then we can have another video and talk about the next step. In the meantime, we're going to flip over to the other key pair, which is Algo Bitcoin. Algo Bitcoin, however, the inner strength, flipping back here, this is what we're looking at now. We just looked at this and we kind of feel like we might know where this is going. But let's look in the inner strength and see if we've got any turbulence ahead. Algo Bitcoin, it's on a downtrend. Well, that's not nice. Well, what we want to see here is we want to see the inner strength of Algo. We want Algo to go up because Algo went up, not because Bitcoin pushed it up, right? Because if Bitcoin pushes up, this number could go up, this thing could be flat, but if benchmark's doing all the pushing, Algo US dollar will also go up if Algo Bitcoin did nothing. So if Algo's inner strength didn't do anything, benchmark could certainly pull it up with it. And that's what we want to see. So actually, we'd like to see both of them go up. If you see Bitcoin go up and Algo Bitcoin go up, then you could see a real rally in Algo to US dollar. So now we're on a downtrend right now, and this has been going on pretty much the past week. We did hit resistance area here. So I'll zoom out so we can see it a little bit more. And it looks like this is an area where we might have some possible more resistance. It could be a cup and handle. It looks like it's coming down a little too strong, but we need to see this thing get over this green line. So that's what we want to see. All right, so there goes my, okay, there we go. So anyway, let's move on. So we do have a relative area of resistance at 11. It's about 10% above from where we're at. Now let's go over to Bitcoin, which is the other pair I look at. And I've been incredibly bullish on Bitcoin very recently. We really kind of went, if you look longer term, this is going back to 2017. We have dipped a little. Sometimes you dip through. It's no big deal. It's just capitulation. But it pulls if it pulls itself together quickly, you know it's a real short-term slippery slope here. But able to regain its footing and stay over this green line of support. And we have been going up. In fact, we passed this dangerous area here. This could have been an area if we didn't pass this red line, we could have quickly went down to the 12,000 range. We didn't. We broke through it very clearly to me. I guess with all the things going on with inflation, etc., this thing could continue to rally. I do see a couple of, a couple of oil slicks in the road, and one is around 22,000 over here. So two areas of resistance coming together make it a little more difficult. I mean, we really need some real strength in Bitcoin to break through it. But in the meantime, we'll look over at Bitcoin dominance, and Bitcoin dominance certainly, Bitcoin dominance, for those that don't know, if you look at the total value of the entirety of the crypto market, which includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, Algo, and all the other coins out there, and you add up the total value right now of what it's all worth on the market, which is, I think, close to $1 trillion right now, Bitcoin's market share value is around 43% of that total amount. So if it's $1 trillion in total crypto market value, then Bitcoin is at about $430 billion worth of crypto value. So that means that if it's 43, then the rest of the altcoins, which include Ethereum, would be about 570 billion dollars, or 7% of the overall crypto market. Now let's move back to Algorand. It's trading now around 23. Certainly hoping for a break above break above, continued break above this channel up to 28. It's my next target. If we hit 28, we'll definitely be hitting another video. In the meantime, hope everyone is investing and trading responsibly. Please manage your risk and don't bet the farm on any one particular crypto. That's just suicidal, in my view. But anyway, I'm out. Hope everyone has a good night.